Hi, my name's Jamie and I'm a graphic designer. Today I'm going to show you how to work with workspaces, menus and windows. Now these options allow us to have further ways we can manipulate our design elements. So let's take a look at these now. Around the document itself are a number of windows that are referred to as the workspace. Now the way the workspace is organised allows us to look for different things that we're going to use within our design. Incidentally, we can change this workspace and we can do so up here in the top right hand corner. If we click down on this arrow, you'll see a number of options are available to us, and the one that I want to talk through with you now is called Essentials Classic. So by clicking this, make sure that this is selected. You may see that your workspace changes in its appearance. For example, if I go into Essentials now, you will see a much reduced workspace with less options. This is absolutely fine. You can set this up to work in the way that you desire to later on. But just for this demonstration, we're going to work with Essentials Classic. What's great about this workspace is it has lots of options so that we can get familiar with how the workspace operates. Firstly, on this left-hand side, we have our tools. These are represented by the different icons here that we can select from. And this is essentially what it sounds like, our toolkit. Things that we can select from and make edits to the design content that we have on the page. Along the top, we have the control panel. Up here, we can also make very quick and easy changes that are available, and these are specifically with reference to numbers and coordinates. So here in these panels we can edit the width and height or X and Y coordinates of a particular object once we have selected. We also have some windows here for scaling different objects when they're selected. So these can be very useful to reach for and also to check elements of our design to ensure that the sizes are correct as we're designing. And on the right hand side we have our Windows tabs. Here we have a number of preset windows that are available. However, by clicking these, you'll see that more options to that specific window are available. So by clicking this top Pages window, the window opens and closes with more options that we can go into and explore. The concept of this is to keep our workspace tidy, so as we're designing and focusing on the design in the center of the page, we know where we can navigate these different areas to understand what to look at and where to access things within our design. Next, we're going to look at our windows. The windows can be accessed from their own specific menu called Window, and windows are a collection of options to a specific design feature. Now, windows themselves we've already accessed here on the right hand side. For example, the ones that we have available here, such as pages, character, layouts. These are all forms of window, and by selecting these we have all of the options that we can then access within that window. However, at different times of designing and to designing different things, we require different selections of these windows to be open to access different design features. So for example, if I click here on my window menu bar, you'll see that tools themselves are a form of window. If I select this, you'll see that the tools have disappeared here on the left hand side. But because tools are so fundamental to designing and are very commonly used, it's almost always that you'll have this option available. And you'll see that this has been selected by the tick sign that is available. So windows that are currently in use this little tick bar. Again, the control is another example of this. The control bar was the option across the top of the page. Again, it's something that I, for one, would recommend designing with. and so we're going to have it selected on. With those two fundamental windows available, we may want to be more selective with the ones that we put down the right hand side. Again, we talked about the workspace and using the Essentials Classics option, and these are the windows that are preset and available for us to use, and they've been ordered in such a way where they've been grouped together in some cases, such as these two options of the character and paragraph styles. However, this is all editable as you wish to design and change. So for example, if we click here on Windows, let's say we want to add one of these options, and again through the menu, if we go to colour, for example, colour actually has 4 additional options. So let's select one of those. Colour is already selected. We have that available here in the bottom right hand side, you can see. So let's select gradient. And you'll see here the gradient window itself opens. Now we can leave this in any position on the page that we choose. This is just by clicking down on the mouse and dragging, and we can position this as a loose window anywhere that we would like. This can be useful when we're designing and we just want one thing that we want to be focusing on, and let's say checking our design for a particular feature. However, typically if you design with the window on the page, it can disrupt what you're looking at and the view of your design itself. So what you can do here is by clicking and holding down on the mouse, you can move your option over, and you'll see on this side. So what you can do is click here, and by holding down on the word itself, you can move over. I haven't let go with my mouse yet, and you can see a little blue indication is showing where I would like to place this particular window. And here it's keeping all of these windows in nice organization. So as I now click the gradient window, all of those options are available to me. It's just much more tidy to do it this way. And then when I want to access it, either to put it in, I click the window itself, or click this arrow to put it away. And this is very, very useful when designing. We have multiple different windows to look at once. And you can also group things together. So again, if you click down, if you decide that your character window you want close to your page window, you can click, and you can either have it next to it, or if we hold down, you'll see that that window can be combined with both of those windows together, can be combined to form an option. So this can be really useful because you can group, let's say, all of your color options together, all of your type options, all of the options relating to the page, etc. And again, reorder these as you might in a particular hierarchy, with, let's say, important things at the top and less important things below. You can also remove any of these at any time. For example, if I move one over here, you have a small arrow in the top left where you can click and turn that option off. And to re-access that option, if I click window, that particular window I had open there and closed was info, so I can go straight back here, and it will open in the last place that it was closed. So again, I can go over and replace that where I particularly would like. Again, I could access any of these windows not just by clicking on them, but from the Windows drop-down menu, and that option will open there. It may be that with many open I can't see them, and it is actually easier just to come up here and look for the specific thing that I require. By doing this, you'll quickly familiarize yourself with the windows if you go through this selection of options and simply have an explore, looking at where different things are listed underneath and where you can find them. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to the Domestika channel. Again, if you'd like to learn more about my process, you can see a link to this Domestika course in the description below.